Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. Today I'm continuing our sheet pan dinners. And this is a Parmesan pork chop with asparagus. And I think it's going to be delicious. We love asparagus. So I've got a couple of dishes here. And in this first dish, I'm going to put in 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs. Let's see if I can get that open. 1 cup. Now, I'm using bone-in pork chops. You can use boneless if you like. Bone-in was what I had. To me, the bone just gives it just a delicious flavor. And I want 2/3 of a cup of grated Parmesan. We love Parmesan. Y'all, there's not much in this dish that we don't love. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. And then I want to add some parsley. I have some fresh flat leaf parsley here. And I'm just going to cut off a little bit. Any big stems, I'm going to kind of take off. And but they're edible. They're edible, so don't worry about any little stems. And, you know, if I was making a stock or something like that, I'd throw the whole thing in there. Okay, so let's get this chopped up. I'm going to kind of gather it all up here. Can you see what I'm doing? Gather it all up here. And with my knife, I'm just going to run my knife through it. And chop it up. Careful with your fingers when you do that. Okay, so I got this kind of on the fine side of chopped. So we're just going to put it right over in with this breadcrumb and Parmesan mixture. And we're going to mix this all together. Y'all, this is just so pretty. Once you add that Parmesan, the parsley in there, oh my goodness, it just makes it even more beautiful. Looky there, how pretty. Now, we're going to set this right here for just a minute because we're not through. In this dish, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now, what we don't use, I'll put in a little container and Pop and I will use it in our sweet tea. I've got a tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm going to put that in here. And I have 1/4 cup of melted butter. I just melted this in my microwave. And y'all, get you some of these little mini spatulas and be sure you scrape all that goodness out of this measuring cup. So, there we go. Now, we're just going to take this little spatula and just stir this all together. Okay, so now let's set all this aside. Now, I have my large baking sheet here, and I'm going to set this right here. Now, what I'm going to do, let's kind of sit this down here. I think you can still see. And I need these here. Let's get our assembly line going. Let's get it in order. Yeah, when you do stuff like this, set your ingredients out like I'm doing in order that you're going to be using them. And in this case, I did this backwards, see? I'm using the butter and garlic mixture first. And I'm just going to press this pork chop right into, I want it coated really, really well. Oh, Look at that beautiful pork chop. See how it's coated with that garlic? Oh my goodness. If you don't like garlic, leave it out. Any of these ingredients, adapt it to yours. Right over into the panko and parsley, and just take your fork or your fingers and press it right into that pork chop. I'm trying to keep my hands clean, so I'm going to use my fork. Looky here. Can you see how I got it coated? And I'm just going to lay it right here on this baking sheet. So let me get these other two coated and on that baking sheet. I'm going to get them in the oven. I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. It just got done heating up. And I'm going to bake these, start out with these pork chops. I'm going to bake them for about 10 minutes. You know, it doesn't take pork long to cook. So we're going to bake these for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to show you what we do next, okay? Okay, y'all, the pork chops have, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes left. So in the meantime, I'm going to get our asparagus prepped. Isn't that a beautiful bunch of asparagus there? Look at that. Now, I've showed y'all this before, and I know many of you know it, and a lot of my new subscribers or younger subscribers may not know. Hold your asparagus at each end and bend it, and it will break in a certain spot, and that's where you need to cut your asparagus. And a piece of paper towel on my finger. So we're just going to line them all up using that one as a guide, because the ends get woody. Now, don't throw them away. Put them in your freezer in a freezer bag, and you can make vegetable stock. And that's what I'm going to do. In fact, I'm going to get a bowl and put these in. And when I get them in it, I'll pop them into a freezer bag and get them in my freezer. I do that with my vegetables and like chicken pieces, stuff like that. And that way, when I'm ready to make stock, I've got what I need. Okay, so I am going to lay these right here in this pan. Okay, I'm just using this to zhuzh them up. And I'm going to drizzle these with about a tablespoon of olive oil. And we're going to put some salt and pepper over them. Very simple. No, not a lot of fancy ingredients. And you've probably got most everything to make this dish. So we're just going to get these tossed around in that olive oil and salt and pepper. And I'm going to wash my hands, and we're going to get these pork chops out of the oven. Give me a second. Yeah, my goodness, these look good. So far, they're looking good. And they're not done. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this asparagus, and we're going to just scatter it around on this pan with these pork chops. Isn't that looking beautiful? Now, I should have saved the lemons from where I freshly squeezed the juice, and I could have put those on there with it. But I didn't, so, but looky there. Easy, easy. Now, I'm going to get this in the oven, and I'm going to bake this for another 12-15 minutes. My oven cooks a little bit slow, so it might take longer, but you want to reach an internal temperature of no less than 145. You want the pork chops at a temperature that is safe. So let me get these in, get them baked off, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to show you what it looks like served up, okay? Y'all give me a few more minutes. Okay, y'all, I just took these pork chops out of the oven, and I want you to see how pretty they are. And look who showed up to eat. Okay, so what I'm going to plate these up. I want you to see what they look like on this plate. Now, I baked these pork chops, around 25 minutes actually. And I ended up the last few minutes, I put them on broil because I wanted to get a little brown on it. And, but yours might go ahead and brown. Mine didn't. So I put it on broil. Now I'm just going to put that. No, let me have it because it's hot. Yeah. And I've got the mitt. Okay. So, but we want it to be pretty, okay? So I'm going to take this lemon and I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm just going to quarter it.
That smells good.
Okay. And then we're just going to scatter some lemons, tuck them in and out in different places around. And looky there. Now, doesn't that make it a little prettier? Let's say stick one right there. Doesn't that make it a little prettier on that
It does,
plate?
and that lemon juice will be good on it. I'm going to squeeze some on mine.
You ready to try one?
I'm ready.
All right. So let me serve us up. Okay. Here's our forks and a knife. Looky here at this beautiful pork chop. Now, if you wanted to, you could throw some potatoes on here, some little baby new potatoes, and toss them in there. Just to have a little something extra. But for us, this is a meal. So I'm happy with this. And we love asparagus, y'all.
I'm going to put some lemon on my asparagus.
There you go. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Because I didn't put in. Whoops. Sorry about that, y'all. That is a good idea. Let's put a little minus the
seeds.
Let's try this again. Minus the seed. All right. A little bit on the chop. There we go. Let's give this a try. That's your fork. I've got mine. You know, I was telling them we could use boneless pork chops, and they would be delicious. But I like the bone in. The bone gives it so much flavor.
It's tender.
Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, I used a lot of garlic.
Did you? That's okay.
It is very tender in it.
To cut, that's see how it is to eat.
You ready?
I'm sure it's great. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
You went in upside down. I went in right side. It was good. That's real good.
You know?
I like the lemon on it, too.
Mm-hmm. Plus, when I was getting it prepared, I ran it through a mixture of lemon juice, garlic, and Parmesan. I'm sorry. Not Parmesan.
There's not too much
lemon
garlic.
juice, garlic, and butter.
Butter.
And but there's Parmesan in the crust. Isn't it good?
It is.
I'll have to have another bite of that.
Asparagus is delicious.
I love asparagus.
It's got a little crunch to it. I like that.
And I got some of that under the broiler. I love asparagus. So we're going to go sit down at the dinner table together. And we're going to eat. And this is a late lunch for us. And we're going to enjoy this delicious meal. Right? You like that?
I do.
We'll keep that in our
Very
rotation.
good.
Yeah, please don't forget. We have 2 cookbooks, and I know many of you know this. We have a lot of newcomers that don't. Volume 1, Volume 2. And y'all can check them out on our website, www.karenjonesfoodandfamily.com. And I certainly appreciate if you take a look at it. And if you're interested in purchasing one, just click on the book you want or both, and it'll take you straight to our printer, and they'll take your order and ship it in a really quick turnaround. But I appreciate it, and I appreciate each and every one of you for joining us in this video. And I certainly hope you're going to come back, and we're going to continue this little series. So, and he's going to continue eating, and I'm going to stop talking. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye now.